Alright, so if you haven't seen the update by now, EVGA has closed down the EVGA Queue system until they get through their current backlog of GPUs. Now don't panic just yet. I've done all the research, I've done all the work, and I can tell you guys what it means for anyone that's in the queue system, whoever didn't get into the queue system, and all the changes that they're making to the queue system in general, right after a word from our sponsor.
There is no sponsor.
Okay, so EVGA is closing the EVGA queue in both the US and the EU, kind of. You see, they're actually closing it for the RTX 3000 series cards from NVIDIA, but you can actually still use the queue system to purchase a 20 series or even 16 series card from EVGA. Now, they said they're closing the queue down to deal with the backlog, and according to the customer service agent I spoke to at EVGA, that backlog is actually pretty hefty, and that seems to go with the comments on the previous video that I set up using the queue system. Now, if you're still interested in getting a 20 series or a 16 series graphics card, I will leave a card up here for my EVGA queue system. You can actually look through there and figure out how to use the queue, and also, kind of look at the comments and see how long it's going to take you to actually get a card from there. All right, so the $1,000,000 question. What does that mean for all you guys that are actually in the queue? Well, if you're already in the queue, you still remain in the queue. They're just not accepting any new entries. However, the queue system is being changed on October 11th to where it will only accept the last 2 entries, or the oldest 2 entries that you have inside of the queue. So if you had a 1650 or something like that that you set up auto notify on to get into the queue, and you actually want a 3000 series card and you're just trying to get anything, keep in mind that if that is the oldest entry, that is the one you will be notified on, and you may want to go in and actually clean up that list and make sure the cards you actually want are the ones that you're waiting for. All right, in addition, they are only going to notify on 2 RTX cards, and those will be the 2 oldest in your queue. So if you're one of those guys that went in and selected all 20 RTX cards, you may want to go clean that up, and clean it up soon so that your notifications come out for the cards that you actually want. And if you're aiming for a 3070 at $400 or $499, you don't end up with a 3090 notification for a $2,400 card that you may not be able to afford. In addition, EVGA is recommending that you only actually have 2 cards set up for auto notify at this point, just to make sure you don't run into a situation where you get notified for a card that was older that you're not interested in. Now keep in mind, the EVGA queue system wasn't exactly the fastest way to get a new RTX card, but it was pretty reliable. You would just have to wait a number of months before you'd be able to get one. Now that the EVGA queue system is closed, getting new NVIDIA graphics cards has gotten harder. So for alternates to the EVGA queue system, you're looking at something like Roguecast or Newegg Shuffle or something like that to be able to just basically get one when you can actually see it in stock and be able to purchase it. Of course, there are third-party retailers, which are mostly scalper prices that you can purchase them from. I still recommend that you don't do that, but do what you're going to do. Outside of the online retailers, you're dealing with something like a Best Buy drop or restocks at Micro Center if you're lucky enough to be next to one, and really, just getting lucky at this point. And then of course you can still do the used older cards, so 20 series, 16 series cards used on places like Mercari, eBay, etc. So it's not that you can't get a graphics card, it's just that the new RTX ones are going to be harder to come by. And then I will address the elephant in the room as well. Maybe NVIDIA cards just aren't in your future because they are so hard to come by, and maybe it is time to start looking at some of those overpriced AMD cards. And once again, sites like Roguecast, Newegg, Amazon, pretty much every retailer I've seen has had some sort of stock of AMD cards available. It's just that they're overinflated and people don't like them, and that's what this video said. Alright, so I will add a link to the full forum post that goes over a lot of the stuff for the EVGA queue in the description down below. I'll also, put in things like the PinkyTech Discord server, and just above that, the like and subscribe button that you may want to hit if you're into that sort of thing. And as always guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.